Yeah, we in here. Wednesday night. What's happening? What is going on? What is going on? We are in the building. We about to have a nice little discussion, man. I want anybody and everybody to chime in. How's my audio, man? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know how I look and sound. Top Flight TV. It is your man, Mr. Top Flight Films. I know nobody knows me out there in the world, but I'm a videographer slash promoter, ex promoter, ex DJ, father, and a lot more other titles. But I'm really much known for my video work. Uh, I deal in the entertainment industry, and this is my YouTube channel. So welcome. I need to get a mic, but bear with me. If the sound is bad, then just bear with me. It's a little echo. I had my studio built. It's a little echo in here. So yeah. What's up though, people? I told you I was gonna do a part two. If you want to see the part one, it is in my other videos on my channel, Top Flight TV on YouTube. Um, so I did a video yesterday about this topic, about the special ed exhibit topic. And as I told y'all, there was going to be more commentary. The conversation is just way too important not to have more, for them not to do more commentary or add to. Um, the conversation is being had, family. Let me tell you, I woke up this morning, I woke up this morning to, I saw the Philadelphia um, situation. And then I saw a clip from New York. And very soon I'm gonna be able to run the clips and all that. I don't know how to do it right now. I saw a clip, I'm thinking it was New York, of a man being assaulted by the police. It was two police officers. They just started punching him. Dude was handling him a little bit. He didn't throw any punches, but he was handling him. And they was just punching him in his face. So that's what I woke up to this morning. As the day progressed, I saw Kenny Burns on a show. I don't know what show it was. I don't know if it was my man from Atlanta. I forgot his name. But Kenny Burns was on a show speaking very, very strongly. The conversation is being had. The conversation that's in the title, the destruction of hip hop, the destruction of the culture. I'm gonna probably change the title, but the destruction of the culture as well. Hip hop runs deep into the culture. Hip hop is way more than music. And the discussion is being had about the music's effect on the people. This is a discussion I've been waiting to have. It's a discussion I've been waiting to hear. Nobody wants to talk about it. Uh, I have my theory on why people don't want to talk about it, and I'll get to that. But rewinding back to yesterday, Special Ed went on Drink Champs, and he basically said that NWA was the beginning of the destruction in hip hop. Now, anybody that's being honest with themselves, will agree to that. If you're educated on hip hop and you're honest and you're not being biased and you're not in your emotions, you would agree with that. Somebody commented on the video I did yesterday, and they said something about Cool G Rap. And yes, sir, you are correct. I don't have any problems with what you said. You are correct. NWA was not the first gangster rappers. Let's be clear about that. NWA were not the first gangster rappers. But the difference is, and Special Ed touched on it today, because he did a live stream with the Dog Pound and I think RBX, and I'm gonna get to that in a minute too. But the difference is between Cool G Rap, Ice T, Schoolie D, any other old school gangster rap that you had. The difference is it was not as popular as NWA. Now, anybody that's being honest with themselves, they're going to confirm that the NWA, when they came on the scene, they took over. They were in households all around the world. So Cool G Rap and Ice T didn't have as much of an impact, have as much as an impact that NWA had. NWA kind of commercialized gangster rap, right? Ice T had the cover Power, I think it was. He had the cover with the girl with the sawed off shotgun. Epic, 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 epic. One of the greatest album covers ever. Uh, and Cool G Rap, Ill Street Blues, and a bunch of other hardcore content. But what happened was, see, now the reason why I'm really riding for Special Ed on this subject is because that man was there. His money stopped. Girl, you got to understand. You got a Special Ed, you got De La Soul, you got the Jungle Brothers, you got Moni Love, you got Kid and Play, you got Kwame, you got. I remember, dog, like it was yesterday, and nobody ever talks about this. I remember when all that became corny. I remember it was over for all that. Hammer came, and I remember when there was the demise of anything that wasn't hardcore. Somebody else remembers. Leave a one in the chat if you remember that time period. I'm telling my age, but guess what? It is what it is. Do you remember when it went from being cool to do the Running Man? It went from being cool to dancing, right? To that shit being corny. Who remembers that? Because I remember. And it was partly, it started, my man, I mean, he said nothing but truth. He said, that's when it started. It started with NWA. I mean, who else did it start with? What he said, okay, so what happened was the new development today was there was a conversation via FaceTime with Special Ed, Corrupt, and Dash from the Dog Pound. I think it was RBX on there and somebody else. The West Coast, some West Coast artists got offended by what Special Ed said. And if you watched the broadcast yesterday, it was a very short live I did. If you watched that, I explained that Exhibit went as far as to threaten this hip hop legend named Special Ed. Now, I don't know why it would be that serious. Can somebody tell me why it would be that serious? I mean, I understand Dre gave Exhibit opportunity. Dre gave the Dog Pound opportunity, right? But as men, we got to be honest. We got to just tell the truth, man. And I would love to hear Dr. Dre's take on it. I would love to hear Dre or Q, because I believe they have integrity, and I believe they know what happened, and I believe that they feel some responsibility for what happened, even though they made millions, made the corporations billions. I believe that they know what happened. So they had a conversation, and what Special Ed clarified today was what he meant was his point was that it was an agenda. That's when the agenda started. And it's very important that he points that out, that that's when the agenda started, because that's absolutely when you saw gangsterism being branded, you saw gangsterism being pushed like no other. That's when we saw it at NWA. Things just got real different. I remember, let's take, for instance, MC Light, Roughneck, the song called Roughneck. It went from MC Light talking about certain content. Now her hit single is I Need a Roughneck. Gangsta Bitch by Apache. Uh, Punks Jump Up to Get Beat Down. Everything changed. The whole vibe changed, dog. The whole vibe changed. Even the conscious artists, the fun artists, they had to now put on some type of, they had to put some edginess into their music, right? Brand Nubian went from um Afrocentric 5%er vibrations to Punks Jump Up to Get Beat Down. And they still had consciousness in that song. But I remember noticing back then, I lived it. I was there. So I remember when I saw some of the artists that were having fun. I remember when they started to have some edginess and some gangsterism in their content. It was, people were heavily influenced, man. I mean, what are you going to do if the tide is changing and the record industry is changing, and now the shit that you was doing before is not what the people are looking for, supposedly, or this is what is new. This is the new trend. The new trend is gangsterism. And at some point, the new trend became gangsterism. There was no more polka dots. There was no more high top fades. There was no more baggy clothes, as far as like the suits, the linen suits. It was Dickies. Okay, I had many Dickie suits as a kid. We had the black, we had the khaki, we had the blue. Everything changed at a point in time. I don't understand why anybody would have a problem with special ed telling, his side of what he saw. I want to see more artists that were around during that time. I want to see them speak out and get their opinion. They can't leave my man out there all by himself, especially these New York artists. What I learned in the industry is people are very scared to tell their opinion. People are people are scared to lose their money. They're scared to lose opportunity. And that's one reason why the industry turns me off. Because the way I live my life, if we're men, we're supposed to speak up and say how we feel. But in this entertainment industry, people will bite their tongue, they will watch some fake shit go on, and they won't say a word. You know what I mean? And they won't stand on nothing. And I can't rock with that, man. I can't rock with that. I wonder if I could pull up. Y'all bear with me. I want to see if I could pull up. I want to see if I could pull up the. I want to see if I could pull up Shift 7. Give me 1 second, family. It's my first time trying to do this on StreamYard. Shift plus 7. Oh, all right, whatever. Anyway, we'll keep it moving, man. So yeah, uh, when I saw the live with Special Ed and Dog Pound, and Corrupt was kind of like getting kind of, you could tell he was offended or whatever. And my question is, as a grown ass man, we see the destruction that's going on at this point. And it's far out of bounds. It's out of control. You dig? It's super duper out of control. Uh, Nobody wants to fix it. I was sitting at the house earlier on my porch, and I was thinking, what would the world be like without gangster rap? If everybody stopped today and said, no more killing in the music, no more demonic energy, what would life be like? I would miss it. To be honest, to keep it real with you, I would probably miss it. But then a thought came over me, like, and I'm trying to picture what that would look like with all the music being positive, all the music being productive. Um, I believe that we would get, as a people, we would get a lot further. I believe the crime rate would go down. It's just my opinion. I am qualified to have this conversation. You know why? Because I'm outside. I'm outside. I'm outside with the youth. I'm outside with the youth that are mimicking these rappers. I'm outside with them. I shoot videos, so I'm very qualified in saying what I'm saying. I can tell who influences them. I can tell who they're trying to be like, and it was a point in time where I couldn't go to a video shoot to work without 3 or 4 guns getting pointed at me for the video. Because why? That was the freaking trend. Nobody can tell me the music is not influencing the youth. You can't tell me that. Uh, there are people out there that believe that the music is not the cause of a lot of the violence. Now let's keep it real. There's so many layers to this. There's a lot of layers to this because yes, we know systemic white supremacy is real. It's a very real thing. We know this. Some people's argument is the reason why gangster rap was born. It was born out of the oppression. And I'm not mad at that statement. I'm not mad at that narrative. But the problem is, it went from telling the story, F the police coming straight from the underground. A young brother got it bad because I'm brown. On the other hand, police think they have the authority to kill a minority. That message, that's a certain message, right? I'm with that. Now the message is what? It's totally different. I could probably quote some Chief Keef. I'm headed to New York. I'm finna go blow New Jersey up. Try to take my chain, I ain't going. I'm gonna go and blow New Jersey up. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? New Jersey, fam. New Jersey. People's mothers, kids, grandmothers live there. Why are you gonna blow New Jersey up? Come on, man. Come on. So the point of what I'm making is, at what point do we get realistic about it? Let's keep it a buck. It started off as a story. It started off as an outlet. It turned very lucrative. And we used the excuse that it is us telling a story. Like I said yesterday in my broadcast, man, at what point do we stop telling the same old story? At what point? You know, I remember being in middle school, and Jodeci was the big deal. Jodeci was a big deal. And the vibe was different because Jodeci was a big deal. What R&B group is a big deal right now in a kid's life, in a 12-year-old, 11, 12-year-old world? What R&B group are kids mimicking or wanting to be like? None. They're listening to King Von, Little Dirt, Young Thug. Well, they kind of old now, but Little Tyler. He is a good message. His message is not a shoot 'em up, bang bang message. They're marketing him more along the lines of for the ladies, real smooth player type music. I'm not mad at that. Salute to that. Salute to that young brother. Salute to all the young brothers trying to get their money. Um, Atlantic, I think it was, gave Chief Keef $6 million. If you're not familiar with Chief Keef, I want you to, when you get off of here, I want you to go look him up, and I want you to go look up his music. And this is what I knew. This is when I knew for sure that these people want our youth to kill each other. This is when I knew for sure. When I saw these people give Chief Keef $6 million for his craft, go look him up. Shout out to Chief Keef. He has a couple songs that I like, but I want you to really listen to and look at and listen and hear I want you to look for the talent in that boy. Okay, I want you to look for some talent, like $6 million worth of talent. I want you to look for $6 million worth of talent in that boy. What they paid him for was they paid him for his image. His image is one of a young, lost Chicago gang member that kills and drills. That's what they gave him $6 million. They didn't give him $6 million for his bars. Let's get that straight. You can't tell me there's not an agenda. I've been speaking on this for over a decade. People like Charleston White, people like Hassan Campbell, these people came and I was like, damn, I wish I would have had the kahunas to do it back then. But it took me a while to grow up. It is acceptable to speak like this now. It was not always acceptable. These brothers broke down. I should do a live stream on that. Charleston White, Hassan Campbell broke down the barriers and they made it okay. And they opened up the conversation where grown men can talk like grown men, because most of these grown men are scared to talk like grown men because they still want to fit in with the youngins. I don't really care. I got kids. I got an 8-year-old. I got a 3-year-old. I got many nephews. I've been through a lot in my life. I did the juvenile thing. I changed my life when I was 23 years old. I'm a product of gangster rap. I'm a product of the destruction of hip hop. That's why I have always felt super duper passionate about this conversation. I've always been passionate about this because I'm a product of it. I remember, not to say any names, but I remember back in 95, 96, I had a homeboy and he was a big Bone Thugs fan. And he was a big, he used to play this song by the Gravediggers. And you can tell he was heavily influenced by certain songs. And he ended up carjacking an old lady. And he ended up doing 12 years at 16. And witnessing that, it was good for me to witness that because I was able to not do that because I saw the reality. They gave him straight 12 years. I think they gave him more than that, but he did 12 years. And it let us know it really wasn't a game. I caught a carjacking charge after that. And one day I'll get into all my stories and all that, but I caught a carjacking charge after him, but I didn't really know the depth of my behavior at the time. Uh, but I remember seeing certain kids like really go all out. They wanted recognition. They wanted um they wanted some clout. They wanted to be like certain rappers. You know what I'm saying? And I see it more than ever today. After Chief Keef came out, every kid, not every kid, let me stop exaggerating. After Chief Keef in the Chicago drill scene came out, Glocks with the 30 clip were everywhere. Everywhere. They weren't everywhere before. I would love to debate. I would love to debate this conversation. I would love to have a debate with somebody. Somebody debate me, dog. Step up to the plate. Cause I'll bust that ass. I'm outside. I see it. I saw it. I've been around it. I DJ'd for a lot of years. Uh, I shoot videos, so I'm on set. I'm on the scene. I'm in these different towns, different cities. Okay, all the towns and all the cities I go to. At one point in time, there was an extended clip. It was several extended clips. It's a trend. What would life look like if the R&B singers were the cool people? What would life? I remember back in the day, man. You had thugs, right? You had ladies men, the cats that was about the ladies. You had the jocks that did sports, and you had the nerds. And I don't say that in a derogatory way. You had the nerds. You had the people that were about doing the right thing, going to school, getting in the books. Uh, Now, the majority of the people you see have a thug image. They have a gangster image nowadays. And it wasn't always like that. Everybody knew their place in life, man. We knew if I step over to this thug lane, I'm going to have to deal with thug consequences. I can't fake it. It's not a rap song. If I say I'm this, I'm going to have to do what I say. And I remember that very vividly, man. And today it's a little different, man. Today it's everybody has the image on, even the chicks. Let's get to the ladies. Let's get to the ladies. Kenny Burns. I don't know if you all are familiar with Kenny Burns. He's from the DC area. I'm gonna try to leave the link in the bio, man. But Kenny Burns is from the DC area. He's a music executive. He is behind Wale. He helped put Wale on. He spoke today, and he spoke some powerful words, and he spoke like a grown man. He said some things that uh, people are afraid to say. Look up Kenny Burns, man. Uh, what he said was, what he was saying was, what's going on right now is unacceptable. Uh, and he gave his opinion and his perspective. He was talking about the ladies, the music. I was going to save this for a separate live stream, but let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about the ladies. What in the actual fuck is going on out here? Cuz what is going on out here? Can somebody tell me what's going on out here? This shit is out of hand. I hate to be the old nigga in the room, but this shit is out of hand, dog. It's out of hand. The hottest song of the summer It's called Pound Town. I'm out of town, thugging with my rounds. Her vagina is pink. Her anus is brown. I'm just being politically correct about it. That was the hottest song of the summer. I was at a cookout, and I was standing with my man. He was DJing, and a little girl, no older than 8 years old, ran up to the DJ and requested Pound Town. I know her mother. I have no respect for that mother. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me. We have gotten to a point to where we are so damn cool. Anything goes. It's an anything goes mentality. Anything goes. I guess grandma, big mama ain't here no more, grandmama ain't here no more, my mama ain't here no more, and everybody is just lost their fucking mind. And it's an anything goes mentality. My little girl, I got a 3-year-old and I got an 8-year-old boy. We are not turning on Pound Town, dog. Obviously, the girl's mother allows her or turns on that song in her presence. What? This is why it's so many murders out in that street. This is why. Because it's an anything goes mentality. Everybody's so damn cool. Everybody's so damn thugged out. Everybody's so laxed and so lawless and without morals. Their morals are in the wrong place. It's all about getting a bag. When I have these conversations with people, and I don't post about this no more. I don't post on Facebook anymore. I used to post on Facebook all the time. But what I realized is people don't want to elevate. That's the sad reality. Very few. Let me say that. Let me rephrase that. Very few people want to elevate. Very few people care about black people. Very few black people care about black people. We rather just do what the hell we want to do. If I post some negativity, it'll get all kind of likes and shares and comments. But if I post some news about the state of FBA, Foundational Black Americans, which is us, if I post something about that, guess what? It won't get one like, one comment. And that's not what I do it for. I did it to try to inform people. Because these niggas is asleep. These niggas are asleep. This generation under us, they sleep, man. They're going to give away the culture. They're going to give away hip hop. They're going to give away foundational Black American culture. They don't care, dog. They don't care. We just having a conversation. I'm not getting preachy. I'm not condemning. I'm gonna try not to condemn anybody, but we just talking real right now. We just gonna have a real conversation because the conversation is being had as we speak. And it's not going to be good for a lot of people's pockets. Hell, it might not be good for my pockets. Okay. It might not be good for my pockets. I shoot videos for a living. If these little gangster motherfuckers don't want to shoot videos no more, if they don't want to get on that camera and look tough no more, guess who's out of business? Well, I ain't gonna say out of business, but guess whose business slows up? Mine. But I love my people this much and I care about the topic so much that I really don't care. It was a point in time where I was going to quit. It was a point in time where I was going to quit. Right around the pandemic, I think a little after the pandemic, I was going to quit shooting videos because so many people were dying. I don't know if you remember when we got off lockdown, people went back outside and started murdering left and right. And I said to myself, I said, man, I'm ready to get this shit up. I don't want nothing to do with this culture, not black culture, but gangster, hip hop, trap culture. It got that bad. It kind of calmed down. It calmed down a lot since then. But I was fed up looking at the news. A rapper was getting killed every week. Every week. Um, let me say this. Everybody, everybody kills, man. Let's keep it real. Let's be realistic about this. We're not gonna run with the pop propaganda that the system wants us to run with. That black folks are the only ones that do crime. That is not true. Everybody does crime. Black crime is highlighted a lot more than any other genre or any other race of people. You have Chinese people, they bring in a lot of drugs, not Chinese people, but the underbelly, underclass of Chinese folks or Asian. Let me say Asian. A lot of stuff gets brought over here. A lot of what are the Chinese gangs called? Damn, triads and all that craziness, like a Chinese mafia. Okay, you got the Italian mafia. You have the people in the poor white neighborhoods. Go to South Baltimore. Um, and most of all, even the government that brings in a lot of that allows. I mean, it's a known fact. CIA let a lot of loads through. So we're not going to act like black folks are the only people that do crime, and we're the only people that uh, have this issue. But we are killing at a very alarming rate. Each city, Philadelphia, Baltimore, DC, Chicago, St. Louis, Atlanta, LA, you name any major city, the murder rate is up. And of course, there are underlying issues. There's poverty issues, there's fatherlessness, there is lack of opportunity, lack of jobs, but nobody's talking about the corporations that is pushing out this rap music. This I don't even want to say rap music. They're pushing out negative images of black folks. That I believe that is one of the biggest factors of the crime is the machine pumping out negative images to the youth. Do you know who's killing right now? You know who the killers are today? 12, 13, 14-year olds. Those are the murderers. Though when you see on the news the high body count, a lot of those kids are under 18 years old. We can blame poverty, but when you're under 18, exactly how much money do you need? I understand people got to eat. A lot of kids going to school, they're hungry. They can't function in schools. They're not going. They don't have the latest clothes. I understand all that. But the machine is pumping out these images of people of their peers around their age and saying, hey, This guy is a savage. He's rich. He's a rich savage. He's a rich shooter. Look at his chain, look at his car, look at his watch, look at how he's living. He's drinking lean, he's popping perks. And when they turn the radio on, this is what they hear all day. Who is to blame for that? We don't own major corporations that distribute this music. We don't own the major companies that promote this music. We are complicit. We are guilty because we make the music, but we are incentivized to make this music. Hey, man, I want to applaud Special Ed for saying what he had to say. I believe it's going to open up more and more conversations. Kenny Burns, salute the people like Charleston White, Hassan Campbell. Salute to these people, man, because they are leading the charge and they are provoking change. Shit is going to change one day, well, whether we like it or not, and it might change in a drastic way. But best believe the destruction can't go on forever. It can't. So I appreciate anybody that tapped in. I appreciate anybody that logged in. Like the video, share the video if you want, subscribe to the channel if you want. I'll be back. I'm gonna make this thing pop. I'll be back. Leave a comment, any suggestions, constructive criticism. I'm open to all that. Y'all be easy. We'll be back maybe next Wednesday, maybe before that. I'll probably do a live on my phone before that. But y'all be easy, man. Have a good night. Take it easy. Peace.